Hi, my name is Sarah and I want to talk about my journaling ecosystem for the year 2026. Now, I am completely a full 100% believer in you only need one notebook. You only need like a bullet journal, like the traditional bullet journal, not the like dot grid, pretty aesthetic, or you just need only like one commonplace book to keep everything in, whatever works for you. This year I'm doing some experimenting. I'm kind of figuring out what works for me as far as journaling. And I also want to use up some of my notebook stash. I'm trying to not buy new material and I'm trying to focus on using what I do have. I did buy some new things for this year, but I am working my way through them. So the first thing on top, we're kind of going smallest to largest here, is the Kinbor Weeks planner, which is a dupe for the Hobonichi Weeks. I've never used a Hobonichi Weeks, so I can't attest to the Tomoe River paper or anything like that, but the layout in here, from what I've seen online, is very similar to a Hobonichi Weeks. So I got very lucky. I got this on AliExpress for 99 cents, and then it showed up, and this is their like Zodiac cover. It showed up and the cover is flocked, is the best way to describe it, and it was a horrible sensory nightmare for me. So I did get a clear cover for a few more dollars to cover it, and I added some stickers which have stuck okay even with the flockedness. So this one this year is my tarot tracker. So each day I pull a tarot card and an oracle card, and I kind of write on the pages. This is from last week, what I pulled, if there's anything going on like a new moon or a full moon. And then I also track it on the monthly tracker pages. And then these month pages, I just kind of track full moon, new moon, if there's anything kind of special going on. I'm also kind of generally using it to talk about like spirituality and religious stuff that I have going on, and kind of melding my spiritual practices with my religious practices. So that's that. I think next year I won't do this in a completely different planner. I'll track in a different way. But since I had it for this year, I'm going to do it. I panic bought a new planner after the flocking, and I thought I was going to have a really hard time using this over the course of the year. And I ended up liking it so much that it's going to be my weekly tracking for the year. So this is my Planwith daily planner. And I really do not see this anywhere. I've seen it on some, I think like Filipino, maybe Thai or Vietnamese planner companies or stores. I also got it off of AliExpress. I bought it from the same store I bought the Kinbor from. It's also a week's dupe. I did get the clear cover. I think next year I won't. The paper's a little more cream colored, and it's got this like more of like a light blue. It's got a bigger grid size, and it's light blue instead of the red or black. I really, really like this. In part, it's got, and I've seen some of the Hobonichi pages have this, it's got like financial tracking in here. It's got places to write books. It's got personal collection. The one thing that I really like is while the months are separated from the weeks, which I don't love, it does have in each month section, it has project tracking. And then it also has a like 4-square section, which was they recommended in their booklet when I translated it from the Chinese, to do like most important time sensitive, important not time sensitive, not important time sensitive, and not important not time sensitive, to kind of break up your tasks. And then they do also have an extra piece of grid paper for each month. And then the week is just the weekly weeks. It came with these sticker tabs. I put them on there. You can already see we're 3 weeks into January. They're already starting to fail on me. I did get the little Hobonichi Weeks elastic, and it pulls on these and it messes up the clear cover. So if I got this next year, I would not do that. The paper is definitely thicker. Again, the grids are thicker. So if you want a Tomoe River paper experience, this is not that. But it is a nice smooth paper. I've been enjoying writing on it. And it's been handling fountain pens and stuff pretty well. Now this book is, I kind of feel weird putting it with my journal ecosystem because it's really not. I'm working on making a tarot guidebook for myself, kind of building my relationship with each of the cards and making my own guidebook. So it's more personal. This was an Archer and Olive I already had in my stash, so I'm just using something from my stash. Haven't really worked on it a ton, so there isn't a lot to show in here at this time. This is my first Kokuyo Systemic. So I got this to hold my A5 Kokuyo notebooks. They have this like canvas flap that makes 2 pockets. They are elasticated, and they have a bunch, they do have a pin tip, and then they can basically hold 3 notebooks. I currently have it loaded 2, but you can put a 3rd here, and you can see there's card slots, and they do have ribbons so that you can mark your places in each of the books. You can also, with the plastic flaps that they have to keep the books, you can have 1 opens. I think I may eventually shift to that. With the way it is, you can fold it and support like 1 side of the book, which is really great. Right now, I'm trying to figure out which of the Kokuyo Perpanep, I think is how you say it, papers I like best. So on my right-hand side, I have the their smoothest paper, the Tsurutsuru, I think it's said. And then on the right-hand side, I have the Sarasara, and I really like this. This one's slightly rougher. It's not quite as smooth, but they're both a very nice tactile experience. I do also have the Sarasara. I got all 3 notebooks. So I was like, I'd like to try all 3 out. That one's a little bit rougher. I'm not using it very much compared to these 2. So right now, this book is becoming like a collection of writing, like templates, planning methods, editing methods, just so I kind of have it as like a catch-all to use when I am writing. And this one's just kind of being a when I need to write things down, take notes type thing. A little commonplacey, but I'm not like tracking it super closely, and it's not as a big thing. But again, I'm kind of getting used to what I like. So traditionally, I've always had a feelings journal. So this is my feelings journal for the time being. It's a Paperblanks Violet Fairy, and it is beautiful. Though I will say it's not, I carry this around a lot of places. You can already see it's starting to wear on the cover. So I don't know if I'd buy this again, but it's so beautiful I might be tempted. So I've always had, a feelings journal is the best way to describe it. I've always had, like ever since I was 10 years old, I've had a journal that I write like my day-to-day thoughts and feelings and like rant and rambles and, all that. And I like kind of having that separate from my planning and my tracking and that sort of thing. I do have one planner that's not here. I'm a teacher. It's my teacher planner where I do my lesson planning, and that is at school because I do my best to leave my work at work and not take it home to the best of my abilities. So this is my daily plan. I don't use this every single day, but I use it only on days when I need time blocking. So I just got this, I think I got off of Amazon, which I try really hard not to buy from Amazon, but I wanted something where it's like, it's undated. I just put in the date, priorities to do. This one does have a today I am grateful for, which is always good for reflection. And then I can mark out the time. I usually go in first with pencil and I mark out like approximate time blocks. And then I actually will like go in and highlight and color code once I see what I'm actually using those time blocks for. I haven't come up with a direct like color coding method. I just kind of go based on vibes of the day. Like sometimes orange is the work color and other days and blue's the rest color. But that's what I've been doing. And this is helpful. I didn't want a full planner that had the time blocking every day because I don't need it every single day. But on the days that I do need it, this is useful. And this is my other Kokuyo Systemic. This is in the B5 size. Again, this year's kind of me experimenting and seeing what I like. I'm finding myself reach for the A5 a lot more. But I'm still finding use with this B5. So again, it still has the 2 pockets. I actually have a little writing board stored there. And right now I have 2 Kokuyo campuses in here. This one's been the main one I'm writing in. As you can see, it's a little roughed up. It's a little used, which is great. We love using the things that we buy. This one is fresh, brand new, have not used it. And this, I'm not showing you. This is a story I'm currently editing. I did buy a pack of B5 paper so it can slot in here, and so how I've been using it is I've been going through and I'm editing sections of the story that I'm writing, and then I'm rewriting it in the campus notebook. The paper is very much school paper. It's still a little rough, a little more rough than the Sarasara, but it's still smoother than the Sarasara paper. And I like this because there's more sections. It is lined. I've since discovered, kind of with my experimenting, that I really like grid notebooks because it helps me keep my handwriting like even neater. And I have really horrible handwriting, so neatness is something I'm working on achieving. But I find that this is really, really nice. So that is my current journaling ecosystem. It kind of feels like, for me, it almost feels like too much. It really does. My goal this year is to figure out what I am using and what I am not using, and really consolidate over the period of the year. Right now, I am using every single aspect of this system, but it is also January, and January is when I'm most dedicated to, as I think we all are, I'm most dedicated to my planning and trying to make it work and trying to make a system work. And it's just going to fall off as the year goes on. But I really am trying to find something in here that works for me. I kind of feel like as the year goes on, definitely aspects of this are going to fall off. I really think the B5 systemic is just going to become like an editing carry, and I'm really not going to carry it with me very much, which means then my daily carries will be just these two, which is already kind of becoming the thing, is like these two are my daily carries, and sometimes I include the B5. Everything else stays at home. But the B5 is kind of large, especially for my work bag, if I'm carrying it to and from work. So I'm including it right now, but I have a sneaking suspicion that as the year goes on, it's going to be purely, like I said, my editing carry, and I'm going to be stuck with these two. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I love seeing everybody's journal ecosystem and talking about it. And again, I want to reiterate, I really truly do believe you only need one notebook. I know I just showed you my stack here, but I truly do believe that you can work with only one. Like you can really only need one planner. You really only need one notebook for all of your thoughts. Scattering it all over the place, and this is probably me being an ADHD person, scattering it all over the place can just add to confusion. So something I would like to work towards is like one day being like, this is my one carry. This is my one thing that I bring with me. But I am enjoying the process of figuring out what works for me.